What's up, everybody? Joe White here, and I got to tell you, I if people were saying that WrestleMania 40 was like Avengers Endgame, we had the Endgame references where everybody came back at the end and whooped everybody's bad guys' asses, and the baby faces are standing tall. We didn't have any major, deaths like a Tony Stark or anything like that happen, of course, but if WWE is the MCU up to Endgame, AEW is everything after Endgame, and it ain't that great, folks. I gotta tell you, you have one or two hits in there, but for the majority of it, the main storyline is like, huh? You're kind of cocking your head to the side like a curious dog. But last night was proof that the Snowman, Tony Khan, truly believes that what he says, and that people just want to see good matches. Good matches. You hear the autism coming out in his voice, or the Asperger's, or whatever's going on with him. Matches. People just want to see good matches. So they're booking everything totally backwards, and it's showing. It's showing. WWE had a long 3-year run with the Bloodline, standing tall. It's going on 4 years now. SummerSlam, post SummerSlam, will be the 4 years for the Bloodline storyline. And they're turning a new chapter with the Samoan Civil War. But AEW does this deal where they dump Tony Khan and the Young Bucks take over, and we're going to blow it off after a month. And don't give me this crap of, well, Joe, the Kenny Omega's going to come back and they can do this. It's still not. They've had the big blow off beforehand. It's like with DC. This is DC. This is DC. Got all excited there. It just hit me. This is DC. What DC Comics did with the DCEU. Let's all have them fight each other first. Then we'll do the individual movies. That's the name of the video. WWE is Marvel. AEW is DC. Look how well it's worked out for them. To the point where they had to poach a guy from Marvel, James Gunn, to come over and show them how to do things. And even then, it's not really going to be right. And WWE did that. AEW did that. Excuse me. AEW has done that. How many people? Jen Peppermint, whatever her name is, Peppercorn, Wendy Peppercorn. There's a Sandlot reference for you. They got Wendy Peppercorn over from fucking WWE to come in and write for Mercedes Moné, and she's not over. But Wendy Peppercorn must be also writing the Stam Elite storyline, along with the Snowman, because they're booking it backwards. They're putting the cart before the horse, folks. And it just makes no sense. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, last night on Dynamite, it was revealed by an EVP. Now, this was a smart decision. This is a smart thing to do. I'll give them credit on this. Having Kenny announce this and not Tony Khan makes all the difference in the world with this. First off, Kenny Omega's way better at making big announcements than Tony Khan ever would be. But they had Kenny doing it from a hospital bed. I'm assuming right before he had surgery, they shot this promo. And Kenny Omega announces that they're going to go ahead and blow their load early. They're going to blow their load early and have Anarchy in the Arena, 4-on-4. And it's going to be the Young Bucks, Okada, and Jack Perry versus FTR, which makes sense, Danielson, which makes sense, and Eddie fucking Kingston, which makes no sense whatsoever. Where's Claudio? Where's John Moxley? Oh, that's right. You let John Moxley go win the damn New Japan title, so now he has to prioritize them over you. This makes no sense. So what are you going to do afterwards? The Elite has to win this. In order for this storyline to keep going, the Elite has to win this because let's face it, Tony Khan still has to get his revenge. So then you're going to have another 4-on-4 inside Blood and Guts, probably. But guess what? The bloom's already off the rose. There's not much. I mean, yeah, and you can argue, well, okay, Omega could come back and fight Okada, and they could keep this going for at least another year. They won't. They won't. Diverticulitis surgery, the average recovery from that, I looked it up, 3 months. Given the severity of the surgery, you're home in 2 days after the surgery. Recovery time is 3 months. So Omega will probably be back by the end of August, probably for All Out or All In, maybe somewhere around there, if not right after. Hell, even if it's 6 months, he'll be back in for Full Gear. And then what do? You have him fight Okada? Guess what? We've seen that before. Well, not in AEW we have it. People just want to see good matches. Again, good matches will only get you so far. Good matches will only get you so far. There's no story to it, and even when they try to weave a little bit of story in there, there's no substance to it. There's no long-term story planning. There's no continuity. It's throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks. It's just, like, again, good matches. People just want to see good matches. So it's very, when they did this last night, I'm like, I guess this is over. Not even a month after it began, it's over. Meanwhile, on WWE side of things, we just got Tongaloa, and we got, the whole bloodline thing happening with Jacob, and Paul Heyman is so freaking good at what he's doing with the facial expressions and the trying to being the humble, cowardly servant to Solo Sikoa. And meanwhile, we're going to get probably some Samoan Civil War at War Games. And it'll probably be the big blow off to a 4-year-long storyline. And you can argue that this storyline in AEW has been going on for almost 9 months. Because it all started I'll take that back. Come Double or Nothing, it will be a year. It will be probably about a year and a half, a year. Because the Double or Nothing thing, actually, no. All Out will be a year, 2 years. All Out will be 2 years. Because it all started with Brawl Out. But I make the contentious fact that they dug their own hole with this because CM Punk can be a part of it, and it could be making 10 times the bit money as to what it's making now. Can you imagine if these idiots, these morons, Young Bucks, would have just swallowed their pride and gotten into a room with Punk and hashed this out? It would have been 10 times better. But no, the Young Bucks are a bunch of crybabies. And they only want to make a storyline out of this 3 months after the guy who should be in the storyline debuts for, or actually more than that, 6 months after the guy who should be in there debuts for fucking WWE. It's stupid. It's all stupid. And I'm sorry, the all-out footage and showing what happened at All In, the backstage footage and all that means nothing to me. It just doesn't mean anything. Well, Joe, they're using that to make money. No, they left a whole bunch more on the table. They left a whole bunch. They probably could be making, drawing double what they're doing now. If Punk was there and they were doing this storyline with Punk, they'd probably be selling out buildings, if not damn near close. But nope, 4,000, 3,000. Ratings dropping lower than ever. It's just stupid. And then you have guys. I know my friend Danny. Go check him out at World of Geekdom. He doesn't need the praise, but I'll give he doesn't need the plug, but I'll give him one anyway. He did a video about Tranquilo Club and about how this guy does nothing but fuel the tribalism. He's the epitome of tribalism. Here's a guy who's a self-admitted CM Punk fan and will bash anybody and will put AEW over all day long. But yet he's a CM Punk fan who will not talk about the CM Punk situation. Why? Because he knows his precious little AEW was in the wrong. And he won't admit that he was wrong all along. He won't admit the fact that he is doing an AEW-based channel and that it's wrong. Because he can't have that egg on his face. He can't admit when they're doing wrong. But he'll go bash the Royal Rumble. And he'll go bash WWE. Even though WWE is cooking right now. And AEW is floundering. But he won't admit that. Because he's just a stupid Tony Khan fanboy. I'll admit when AEW does something right. The whole Christian Swerve thing has been money. Absolute money. Absolute money. Last night, I did not see them turning the Mogul Embassy on Swerve like that. Nana wasn't out there with him, so we still have to wonder what side is Nana on. I think Nana is going to be with Swerve, 100%. And Nana's still selling the beatdown he got. That's smart. And my God, Shayna Wayne, please please keep coming out. Can we scrap all the stupid indie junk that you show and just have Shayna Wayne stand out there in the ring for an hour and do nothing? That'd be more entertaining than what you're giving. 90% of this dreck. Absolute dreck. Poor Serena Deeb comes out there and fans don't give a crap about her. Why? Because it's Serena Deeb. They've booked her like absolute crap when she was there before. Nobody in that crowd believes that she's beating Toni Storm. Toni Storm is the babyface in this. And Saraya comes out there last night with this Harley, whatever her name is. Wrestling Bimbo number 2 versus she took on Wrestling Bimbo number 3. Generic Blonde number 1 takes on Generic Blonde number 2. And Tony and Saraya goes up on the camera, puts her face in the camera, goes, "Put this camera on me because this is my show." Where the fuck have you been? You ain't been on TV for weeks. You haven't wrestled in I don't know how long. There's another dud that they signed that had so much potential. Hey, she's back. She can actually work. I think she's just riding out her contract so she can go back to WWE. Again, it's WCW all over again. They're taking the Money Mark's money. ATM Tony. Anyway, folks, I'm going to get off here. This is just crap. And anybody who says any different, like Tranquilo Club, anybody who says that Dynamite was a good show last night, clearly does not freaking know good wrestling when they see it. And for all you go, W, you're just a WWE fanboy. No, go back to one of the other videos on the channel. I've said they're doing wrong with this King and Queen of the Ring tournament by not announcing which house show these matches are going to be on. They had a chance to boost up one of their other shows like Main Event. You know, hey, tune in to Main Event on Hulu. We're gonna see. You know, we're gonna have our two King of the Ring and Queen of the Ring matches there. Nope, didn't do it. That's stupid. But AEW fans want to tell us tribalism. People just don't want an alternative. Blah, 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 blah. They're the ones that are causing it. Like you, Tranquilo Club. In fact, I dare you to make a response to this. I dare you. But you won't, because you only make videos, seems like once every 3 months. And then it's the most nonsensical babble I've ever heard in my life. Anyway, folks, I'm getting off here. That's my thoughts on Dynamite. We'll see you down the road. Tranquilo Club. What a stupid fucking name, anyway.